Today, we have a brand new project that we're starting, and I can't wait to go through the details on this footing. We're going to get into the structural side of things and even the safety side. Let's get into it. All right, so for a very high level view, what we have is a single bay garage here, double bay garage there. Incidentally, we won't have a post, so it'll be nice and open. Then back in that area, for the most part, it's a 2-story, and that'll be on a crawl space. But we're going to get into the footing today. The footing is absolutely critical. If you really want to go behind that, you want to make sure that you get your grade that your footing is going to be poured on pretty level. And so here you can see that we're pretty decent. We do have some of our foundation forms lifted a little bit, but why don't you come on over and I'll show you some of the steel. So here you can see that there is a lot of steel work going on. This rebar here, we actually have 3 lengths of it, but on this side, well, it's 3 for a while, but then it shoots down to 2. This has to be a special area. Even the thickness of the concrete is way thicker on the front side than it is over here. The reason for that is these are garage portal frames, and so you've got these huge mammoth openings, and you're going to still have to resolve your structural forces, and so you do that with the heavier continuous footing, and then you end up having heavier shear walls, which of course you can't see as it is in here. Another thing to point out is we have these pre-bent angle bars that come around. You can bend things on site, but I mean, just think about it. Even though this is only number 4 bar, if you have 3 bends for this corner, 3 bends for that corner, and you multiply it all the way throughout the whole foundation, that's a lot of work. And that is man or woman work, as the case might be. It's way more difficult. One tip is see if your rebar supplier can just supply pre-bent corners. You might want to look at your structural engineer detail, consult with your engineer, just to make sure that you're getting the development that you want for how far that overlap is. I was talking to Steve Basic Architects, and his engineer has a specific amount that he wants an overlap. Even if it was a 100-foot long building and you've got a bunch of horizontal 20-foot sticks, you still want a certain amount of overlap there so that the concrete can really develop that strength around it. So anyway, make sure that your angles aren't just 90-degree bends, but that you're getting the right distance that you want on that. A couple of other things that you can see is we have these pre-tied in. This vertical steel will eventually have the concrete walls that get set up on each side for the formwork. There will be a horizontal bar that comes from, goes across this bar. The concrete will cast around that, and all of this will behave as if it's one unit. But this has to come in at this point of the construction, ties into the bar here, and you can see how all of that interlocks together. Now this bar is taller. The reason for that, and if we look down there, you'll see another corresponding tall bar. This is the U for ground. So you have to think so far ahead when it comes to concrete. We have this in here, so the electrical contractor will set their meter base in this area. It'll be a back-to-back meter on the outside, panel on the inside, and they can, I don't know if the right term is bond or ground. I'm pretty sure grounding is the right term. Their panel to this system, and it will be grounded throughout the entire rebar structure, which is pretty cool.